everybody. So I know that I haven't talked to anybody in about, I don't think I've done one of these since like June, July-ish. So sorry about that. I ended up moving back home with my parents for this semester to try and get my life back together and actually managed to have it fall apart. First, as soon as I got here in August, one of the kids I grew up with, his name is Justin Starling, he was killed in a one-person car crash. So I went to his funeral, and I'm not really good at funerals, so that was sort of tick one. Then my maternal grandfather had a massive stroke, was in the hospital for over a week, and then passed away on his first day in hospice. And I was supporting my mother through that because he and I never really had a close relationship. I'm certainly sad that he died, but, you know, it's not really the same as, you know, missing him, because I only met him 3 times. So, I was trying to support my mother and do what she needed to do during that time. And then I had something of a small breakdown, and everybody else, all of my sisters were having emotional problems as well. So all 3 of us, some kind of weird moon phase or something, we all had our, actually on the very same day, we all had our breakdowns. It was November 2nd, I think. So I ended up dropping 3 classes, brought me down to 1. Then this past 3 weeks, I had strep throat for a week, and that was 2 weeks ago actually. Then last week, I woke up with horrible stabbing stomach pains, went to the emergency room, and apparently while my strep throat was going away, my immune system was so just not existent that an infection got in. We think it was the Pizza Hut pizza, so I wouldn't recommend eating it anymore. And it completely just swelled up my stomach. My digestive organs were all swelled up, and you know, there was like fluid where there didn't need to be. I won't go into too many details, it's kind of gross though. I was in the hospital for 5 days, and that was during finals week, and I could not do my final. I'm going to be rescheduling that hopefully for the first week that I go back to school to Tallahassee. So through all of this, I have not lost any weight. In fact, I've gained about 20 pounds. I'm certainly not proud of that. There's a lot of stress, and I certainly could have handled it better, but I think some of it, there really wasn't a better way to handle it. So yeah. I am still intending to keep this as a weight loss blog because, you know, maybe only 3 people watch it, but you know what, that's 3 people who are interested in my health, and that's what matters. So, I will be continuing this, and there will be weekly updates while I'm at school because I managed to get an apartment cheap enough to where I can afford the personal training every week, 3 times a week. There's a slight student discount. And so I will be doing that and paying in advance this time because I had the personal trainer for a month, and then I don't know what happened, but she dropped me. I was doing great, like I lost 20 pounds that month, and suddenly she just said, oh, I'm going to change you to something. I'm like, oh, what? I think it's because I refused to go on her diet plan because I was on Weight Watchers. Which is also kind of a waste of money. I got a nice scale out of it though, so you know, there you go. So the new plan is, starting January 1st, I will be going completely vegan. That means no dairy, no eggs, no meat. Probably no honey too. I don't really eat much honey, so I think I'm safe there. But there are a bunch of reasons for this. One, with the weight gain, my blood pressure has gone up. I'm now on high blood pressure medicine. The depression has gotten worse, and I am now taking 2 different kinds of depression medications to try and supplement each other, which is another bummer. I'm going to have to go into counseling in Gainesville maybe every week or every 2 weeks now, so I'm going to drive from Tallahassee to Gainesville, which is a 2-hour drive for any of you who ever try and do it. So that's another big bummer. But these are all things that I need to do for myself, not because other people are telling me to do it, but do it for myself. I'll be doing all of that, and so I will be going vegan, but to keep me inspired and really wanting to stick with it instead of giving it up after a month like I'm famous for, and everyone knows it's true. I will be starting a vegan cooking blog on here. So not only will you see this once a week, but when I do I tend to cook a lot on Sundays and try and spread that out through the week and then do like little things because, you know, I'm got 5 classes and, you know, I have a life and I like to enjoy it if I can. So, I will be putting up vegan cooking blogs where you can see, you know, what I'm doing, what I'm cooking that day. So I'm really actually very excited about that. Probably my first one will be learning new grocery store. I won't be shopping at Publix anymore and doing buy one get ones. I'll be going to the natural food store New Leaf. That's here. New Leaf or Bread and Roses. And my goal is to learn how to tolerate tofu. I can only do it in a chocolate mousse and coconut milk. I hate coconut so much, but coconut milk is apparently a fantastic cream replacer, so do that. Oh, the reason why vegan and not vegetarian, which is a question I'm sure someone's going to ask, is I love cheese to death, and cheese, of course, is completely high fat and everything. I don't have a little bit, I have a lot, but the other reason is because apparently I am now slightly lactose intolerant. So if I eat a lot of dairy products, then I just feel like something's caught in my throat and I'm coughing. It's really frustrating, and sometimes it's just not very attractive. In fact, most of the time it's not very attractive. Have you ever looked at somebody and been like, oh my god, they're coughing, they're so hot? No, it doesn't happen. So, that's why I'm doing vegan instead of vegetarian. I got inspired to do this after watching a really cool special on the cooking channel, which I love to death. You guys should get it. Because it's not pretentious chefs, it's actual just people who cook. But it's called The Veg Edge, which has also inspired me to maybe go to Portland just for like a vegan food outing because they're spoiled. But, so that's what's going on. I'm sure someone's going to notice that, oh, I'm blonde. That's been there for about 4 months now, and that's not going to stay. In fact, I'm dyeing my hair this weekend. I'm not going to tell you what colors because it's going to be a big surprise for everybody. So by next week I should have a new hair color. I need to get it cut and trimmed and styled, and you know what, feel free to leave a comment if you think I should get it layered because I have no idea. You know, for the few of you who watch this, and I do appreciate it. And I feel bad that I haven't been keeping you guys updated, but it has been, I think a lot of people have coined this like the semester from hell. Not just us, but everybody. I mean, people I haven't even seen in Tallahassee are saying the same thing. This is just the worst semester in history. So it was like that for me and my family. So we had a really hard time this semester getting things done. My mother had a hard time with her schoolwork and masters, but that's all over finally. Except for me, I have to finish my my finals. So that's basically what's going on in my life, and I've already hit about almost 8.5 minutes, so I'm gonna let it go from here. Feel free to leave a comment, and you will probably see my first vegan blog probably in the vicinity of the second week of January after the 11th, because that's when I get money from the school system to go to school, and that's the money that feeds me. So anyways, feel free to leave a comment, you know, if you like me, you don't like me, either way. So, you guys chill out and have a good time. Happy Yule, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Saturnalia, whatever it is you celebrate, do it well. Alright, bye.